everyone, it's Tania. Shout out to OneVan magazine and to Laced.
Hey, I said I'm feeling the stars. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
What's up, guys? It's Sabrina from OneVan magazine, and I'm here with Tania. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So first, for starters, let's get started. I wanted to talk about internal reconstruction. What was your kind of like process diving into that project, and what did you want? What is the story you wanted to tell, and like the meaning behind the title?
Sure. So before I started working on the project, I was in a really, really dark place, like probably the lowest place that I've been in my life. And I wanted to do a project called The Low to talk about it, because I feel like I wanted to use it as a kind of a form of therapy to get everything that I was feeling out. So I started writing the project, and as I was writing the project, a lot of other things were happening in my life that were kind of improving, you know, what was going on mentally for me. So then I changed it to internal reconstruction, because I kind of went from like a really low point in my life to a really positive point in my life where I changed like my thinking habits and my outlook on everything. So in the project, I just wanted to get the message across that mental health is real, like mental health issues are real, and that with work, you can work on them. I won't say cure it, because I don't think there's necessarily a cure, but you can definitely make things better by working on your thinking.
That's true. So like diving into the project too, like what are some of the songs that stand out for you that was like, that you noticed was like, all right, this is the healing part, this is the reconstruction part?
Well, I think internal reconstruction. Of course. Yeah. I wanted the project to have 7 songs, and I was writing the project. I left a therapy session one day, and I just wrote internal reconstruction right after therapy. And I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is it. The project's done. This is the last song. We're good. Like, let's record it. That's it. And I think I'm pretty honest in the songs. I talk about, how I felt when I was at that dark place. Yeah. But I'm also, it's kind of like there's hope.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So can you talk a little bit more about, I know you said you're kind of like an advocate for mental illness. So what is your connection with that, and like how do you find ways to kind of like express that but not still giving out so much of yourself? And so
I feel like it depends on the day. Sometimes I'm super open about it, and I'm just like, you want to talk to somebody. I love therapy. I think therapy's great. I think everybody should see a therapist. And some days I'm like, I have a history of depression and anxiety. Like, that's really all I say. But I've dealt with it for a big chunk of time. I've had a few different therapists, and I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, I don't think I would be able to put out art if I didn't have it. I'm an extremely emotional person, but I think that comes from it. So it's kind of double-sided, but I'm open to talk about it. I, want people to get help. It's something that's taboo in the African American community. People don't like to talk about it. They like to act like it doesn't exist. Right. Exactly. It's like people are ashamed to get help. So I'm definitely a big advocate for it.
That's nice. So I noticed too, like, well, let's talk about the video, internal reconstruction. We love the video.
Thank you.
Did you have like kind of creative direction of the video, or did you like trust the director?
So, I hit up Seba Films. Shout out to him, he's a dope director. So I hit him up, and I wanted to do 2 videos with him. I actually shot a video for internal reconstruction and Blinded. I haven't dropped Blinded yet, but I drove down to Pennsylvania to shoot it. But when I contacted him, I just told him that I wanted like a lot of open spaces, and he and this young woman named Zaraya came up with the concept. So when they were sending me like stills and different things for their ideas, I loved it. So I was down.
So how does it feel to like, write your music and then like see it come to life, and then just to like see it come to life?
I mean, honestly, when I seen the video, I got kind of teary-eyed, because it was just perfect. Like I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I felt, you know, when I wrote the song. And a lot of people who know me and who have seen me, you know, go through those dark spots and then come back up, like they kind of got that out the video too. They were really happy with the video too. So it's dope. It's dope.
'Cause I'm blinded. I'm so blinded. I'm blinded, blinded by the darkness.
You're actually the first singer that I've gotten a chance to speak
nice.
to. Yeah, so shout out to that. But how difficult do you think it is being a singer? One, being an artist in Boston, and then two, being a singer. There's so many rappers, and there's like a scene, and it's heavy on the rap.
Yeah.
So like, how do you feel being an artist? Like, all right, but I sing and I do R&B.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, I was able to do a lot of gigs in college. I did a lot of multicultural events. I was singing at universities all over Massachusetts, so that kind of helped a lot. And you know, I'd go home and I'd be like, oh, I have a show, and my parents would say, how did you get that show? And how did they know you? And I'm just like, you know, you perform and then people know you. But it's definitely hard. I know a lot of talented singers and songwriters from Boston, but I don't know that other people know that they exist.
I agree.
A lot of people who get gigs sing covers. I hate singing covers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's hard, you know. It's nice to get an email that somebody wants me on a hook, because that's a few more fans, that's a few more listeners and supporters that I get. But there's not really that many, you know. I used to do the Motivate Mondays at Church Boston. I used to do those a lot, but most of the time it's all rappers. There's not really that many showcases for singers.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
So, well, one, I think it's amazing that you're able to kind of like have your own spotlight on you when the rap scene is so heavy out here. So is there anyone that like you want to work with in terms of like other singers that you kind of want to expose while you're kind of like still working your way up?
I don't know that there's anybody I want to necessarily expose, because I think a lot of the singers that I know, they already have, you know, a fan base.
Yeah.
You know, they have pretty good exposure. But I love working with Amandi. He's, you know, he helped me with my first mixtape. He's a genius. Shout out to Amandi Music. I don't understand why he's not famous, but I love working with Amandi. El Gomes is another dope artist.
Yeah, that's true.
Melody J. So there's a lot of dope singers from Boston. I mean, working with them. Oh, I don't really know that many male
Singers.
singers.
Me either, actually. Maybe like, nah. I can't even like,
I don't
name them
know.
off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure they are out there,
Yeah.
but like off the top of my head, like I'm going blank.
Yeah, I know it's tough too. Some singers have hit me up, but I don't really like to sing about sex.
Oh, I feel that.
So if they hit me up and they want to do a collab or a duet, kind of stay away from that. So other than that, if you're a male artist and you want to work, hit me up.
Right.
You know?
Hit her up. That's it. So, who are your favorite rappers to collaborate with?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done too many collaborations. I've worked
Who
with
do you want
Dutch,
to? Yeah, Dutch.
Millies,
Yes.
FN, so Real P and Brooke, Medicine from Usual Suspects. The work that we've done together hasn't dropped yet, but I don't know. I don't really have like a rapper like in mind.
I like that I don't have to run and hide. I like that it's mutual, like that it's real, like that it's true.
So you did a feature with Avenue, and it was like way back from his like one of his first projects. Can you speak more about that? How did that go?
Shout out to Av.
Yeah, sure.
That was a dope song. He got me on the radio. That song was playing on Jamming. It was dope. And actually his release party for it, you know, I got to perform with him and a few different artists. So it was a really dope show. Avenue's another rapper from Boston that's making big moves out here too.
True. So I know that you collaborated with Dutch and you guys have an event coming out. Can you talk a little bit more about what that event is about? And
So Dutch it's basically a charity event. She has a nonprofit and she's just raising money for it. So there's like a ton of games and raffles, and there's gonna be dinner provided.
So her mom's cooking.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a dope show. We were actually on the set of her latest video, What You Like, when she asked me to perform, and I was like, of course.
Nice.
So I've known Dutch for a while, so it's really dope. And she has a Haitian background, I have a Cape Verdean background, and I do have like Zouk and Kizomba songs.
Nice.
So I might perform one of those too. Ooh. So everybody can get their compound.
Hey, that's dope. So like going into a new project or anything, how do you decide? How does a project kind of like come together? Like how do you decide? All right, do I want to do Zouk, or do I just want to do R&B, or?
Honestly, R&B is just like where my heart is.
True.
Fully. I actually have a lot of people, like a lot of my Cape Verdean fans are just like, can you please put out just more Cape Verdean music? Like you're neglecting us. So I definitely have to go back to that. But I don't know. I just start writing. When I put out Shy, my first mixtape, I hadn't put out any body of work. I was just releasing random songs. So I thought, let me put out this mixtape.
Right.
And I just started writing, doing a bunch of different songs. And during that time, everybody would say, that I'm shy, or they thought that I was a really quiet person.
Yeah.
But
and then they hear this voice and they're like, whoa, where did that come from?
I'm just super observant, and sometimes, I'm chill, laid back, and I'm not shy, and I'm not an introvert in the slightest, but I think that project allowed me to kind of show everybody that, and then I did another mixtape called Too Nice, and that one I was basically, getting taken advantage of because of how nice of a person that I am, so, that's what that was about. And then internal reconstruction we already went into. So I think after I just started writing and recording, the project kind of just
comes into it. So it's kind of like, this is where I am in my life right now. Yeah. And this is the project that came from that moment. Yeah. That's dope. So like, what are your plans? Like, how do you, continue? I know you're probably working full time too. How do you balance working full time, still trying to do shows, but also like branching out and like you don't want Boston to be like your only fan base. Right. How is that?
It's hard. I work 7 days a week, so it's like I'm tired.
Yeah.
But so I plan to push the EP a little bit more. Drop the video. I have started writing and recording again, so we'll see what comes out of that. I think my next step is to start writing more for the Cape Verdean side, because they flew me out to perform for their music festival, and because Zouk and Kizomba is such it's more of an international genre. I get a lot of listeners overseas.
That's dope.
So it's I think I'm gonna take a break from R&B and do that for a little while and see how that goes.
But I also heard that you were rapping, so like you're like multi-talented.
So I rapped for Too Nice. I was working with a manager at the time. I've always wanted to rap. I think rappers are so cool.
Yeah, I do too.
I've always wanted to rap. Everybody tells me that I have rap hands because I talk with my hands. My brothers used to call me EVE when I had boys. So I really wanted to rap, and my manager at the time was pushing me and making me freestyle like all the time in the car. I freestyle.
It's freestyle must be hard though.
It's hard when you think about it.
Oh, just like
it's hard to explain, but if you kind of free your mind and you're not like, oh my god, I don't want to say anything stupid, it comes more naturally. So it was fun for me to rap on that project. I don't know how much I'm going to continue rapping, but it was fun to try it, to do it, to say I did it.
Yeah, that is
I know
cool.
a lot of people were super surprised.
Yeah.
But
I was like, oh shoot, she sounds like a real rapper.
Thank you.
That's dope. That's dope. So, are you still managed by the same person, or like?
No, I don't have management now.
Is that difficult?
Yeah.
Or is that-
It is. But before him, I never had a manager.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a red flag that maybe I didn't want to have a manager right now.
Right.
It's awkward sometimes,
Mhm.
you know, dealing with money and telling somebody, no, I don't really want to do this song with you, but
Yeah.
just gotta do it. Nobody else is gonna do it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what's next for Tanya?
I mean, I don't know. We gotta see.
Sure.
I'm just like I said. I'm gonna keep pushing the project.
Mhm.
Drop the next video. See how that goes. But I'm writing. I'm in the studio, so we'll see what happens there. Definitely not gonna stop putting music out.
That's dope. We'll be listening and watching. Love it. So, before you finish, what are your 3 favorite clothing brands that you're wearing right now?
That I'm wearing.
Not right now.
Oh.
But what that you love right now? Like your favorite brands that you like right now?
I'm so simple. Like I'm not like a fashion person in the slightest. I mean, I think I look cute when I get dressed, but
Like, let's say you had to go out, where would you go to get an outfit?
H&M.
True.
Is that okay?
That's
like
straight.
H&M. I really like Urban.
Yeah, I
Urban.
do too.
But I do a lot of online shopping because I hate shopping. Like being in a store, I hate it.
So what are
There's actually girls who hate shopping. I know it's hard to believe, but I really hate shopping.
Yeah, I'm not one of them,
So
unfortunately.
online, I just like random stores online.
True. So like, what about sneakers? Do you wear sneakers? What are your favorite
I
sneakers?
like Nikes.
I do too. Comfort is key. Is it, what are other brands?
Adidas.
True. And one more.
One more. I don't think that I have sneakers besides Nike and Adidas.
Those are the main ones that are comfy. True.
Yeah, I mean, I don't shop by brand. I'm like, oh, this is cute, and I throw it on.
I feel that. I like that. It reflects your mood or stuff. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.